Okay. Here we go. Whee! You know that joker banged my car. Because the guy had to have a freaking letter opener to get out. It's amazing when the people leave the car running and then go in the market. I've seen more people get locked out of their car leaving it running. I saw a girl at midnight one night went in to get a loaf of bread at a Tom Thumb late at night and came back out and went, whoops, I can't get in it. Like, no duh. You don't know these cars have like an automatic lock feature on them and stuff? Yeah, because they do. Don't ever trust them. I had a Lincoln one time, and I left the keys on the floor and ran into my mom's house and went to, I really appreciate you fucking being in the middle of goddamn motherfucking street, fool. Back it up. But anyway, yeah, and I went back in the house, and God, I came out about an hour later. That Lincoln had locked its own doors with the keys in it. I was like, no. And that was years ago. It's worse now. You could step out the door of the car and go to the other door or something like that. When it shuts and it locks too, oh, this looks like this old Ford that I built for Carnival years ago. His gas is wrong. See all that white? Got too much gas running. Turn that carb down, man. They're really weird. They have an oil carburetor. It has an oil bath instead of a filter. And it picks up the dirt in the oil bath. It's really interesting. And then the master cylinder for the brakes was underneath the floor. There's like two panels there, and one of them was for the brakes. It's pretty wild. It was a fun build, and that Bozo turned around and sold that car for $600. Idiot. It was his dream car, and he found one day, and he's like, it's only this much money, and I said, yeah, and it has no engine in it, no wheels. I actually went out there, it was on some guy's farm, and it looked like the kids had shot it up with a BB gun forever as a target and all that. It seemed to be pretty intact. And what he had done was his daughter was getting married, and he had a really hot Mustang, and he traded it with the guy for some cash in his car, which was that old Ford. And then it sat in the fields forever. Just rusting away, but the metal on those vehicles is like half an inch thick. Like you can run into a brick wall, you knock the brick wall down. They're really built tough back then. I burned up 6 sanders on the darn thing trying to strip it down, and I had a lot of the parts re-chromed, and then I got with a company called Early Ford Parts, something like that, and got their catalog and ordered from them some cool stuff. And it was really a neat build. It was his dream car. We were just short of getting it painted. I think I did some paint on the interior because he wanted that naked beige color. He said his daddy or somebody had one. It was just the greatest, and it was that nude color. And I'm like, okay. I got the interior done, all the dashboard, everything. It didn't even have a key to start it. You just pushed a button. Oddly enough, this is a boondocking dude. I saw his stuff last night. Boy, he's got a lot of stuff in that car. I'm surprised I let him through it over here. It's all right, dude. No biggie. I'm going slow myself. So, remember that car I told you about a while back over here at the Walmart? See that car with black? They painted the headlights black and spray painted the main roof, everything. And they dropped it off. And it has no tag on it. So last night I was up here ordering some shoes in the to-go thing. And on their website. And these two girls pull up. And oh my God. The one girl was gorgeous. She had the most beautiful curly red hair. Little tiny thing, real young. And she was all geeked out on something. It was so sad. Man, if I was her mother, I'd just cried for 100 years. See my kid look like that. Here's that little car. And it is just trashed up. Guy left a credit card in there. He left the toll booth thing on the window. All that stuff. And him and this girl emptied this car out for an hour. He beat on the back of it with a hammer on the trunk for like 30 minutes. Was making everybody mad. Didn't have any work done on this car or the other one that they brought. They had it like a virtually new black Jeep that was beautiful. Like a Grand Cherokee or something. And had a temporary tag on that. That probably came off this car. And he's got like military stickers on here too, which is strange. And I mean, like all the lights are flipping spray paint. It looks like they come down here and tried to sand the stuff off, which is not a smart idea. But the girls were going around it, pulling on the doors and looking in the trunk and all that. And we got to talking, and she said, yeah, he was in a high-speed chase, and they put him in jail, and then they put him in jail again, and he called me from the jail and told me I could have this car, but I don't have the title to it, but it's mine. And it's so cute. She says, God, it's a shipwreck. And she says, yeah, he brought it here, and they were butts at the shop to fix it. And I said, no, they weren't, because I was here. I was here when they left the car. It's been here like a month. And so she was going through the whole car and everything. It was kind of late last night too. Yeah, it was almost closing. And so I was using their Wi-Fi back here because it's real strong, so I could order stuff from Walmart. But anyway, so they hung out for a little bit, and she said, yeah, he said it needs a battery. I said, hell, they drove it up here. You know, I thought I had a battery in it unless he came back and took some more junk out of it. I said, the sheriff's already been up here on this car. And so she says, yeah, he called me. It's mine. No, I haven't got the title yet. I'd be scared of that. I wouldn't touch that car unless I wore gloves, because I'd be afraid to have my fingerprints on it. Yeah, so amazing. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. You have a good one. I did tell them to let Walmart know that they're coming to get the car and not to tow it away before today, but we'll see what happens.